Hello friends, welcome to all. Myself Vishal Jogidas. Today we will discuss about Venturi flow meter. It is sometimes called as Venturi tube also, and both are same. And this topic is covered in the subject of industrial instrumentation. Before starting this, we will review the previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have seen orifice plate for measurement of flow. So this is the second type of flow meter and it is a Venturi flow meter. Now in the orifice plate we have seen that there are so many types of orifice plates are available. For example, concentric orifice plate, then eccentric orifice plate, segmental orifice plate, and the fourth one is quadrant edge orifice plate. So we have seen in operation how we can measure flow using orifice plate. But there are some disadvantages or we can say drawbacks. So the drawbacks of the orifice plate can be minimized in the Venturi tube. It offers the following improvements over the orifice plates. First one is the permanent pressure loss is less as compared to orifice plate. Another improvement is the tube can be used for high flow rates. This Venturi tube can be used for high flow rates. Okay, and another improvement is the tube is suitable for fluids having suspended particles. It means if the suspended particles are there in fluid, for example, solid particles are there, then also we can use uh, for Venturi tube we can use for such type of fluids also. So these are the improvements made in Venturi tubes. Now basic information of Venturi flow meter or Venturi tube is it is a head type flow meter. It follows Bernoulli's theorem. It works on the principle that by reducing the cross-sectional area of the flow passage, a differential pressure is created. So this is the basic principle of Venturi tube. What is the principle? Whenever the cross-sectional area is reduces, then differential pressure is created. Okay. So we will see how pressure is created and how can we measure the flow. This differential pressure is proportional to the discharge through the pipe. So by measuring this differential pressure, we are measuring the discharge through pipe. It means flow. So in terms of pressure, differential pressure, we can measure flow rate. So this is the principle of Venturi tube. This is the typical Venturi flow meter. So here we can see the blue dotted arrows are nothing but fluid to be measured. Okay, then AVP, it means cross sectional area, then velocity and pressure. So before this there is AVP and here we can see the diameter of this is tube is less as compared to here. Okay, so here area will be a dash, volume will be a dash and pressure will be a dash. So there is a difference in pressure from here to here. Okay, so by measuring this pressure we can see this one is the pressure difference dp. Here we can see this is the difference in pressure, it is known as dp. So by measuring this differential pressure we are actually measuring the flow of fluid through this tube. Okay, so this is the typical Venturi flow meter. Now equation of Bernoulli's theorem. So this is the equation of Bernoulli's theorem. Q is equal to phi EA2 under root 2G P1 minus P2 upon E1. So this is the equation of Bernoulli theorem. Now what are the parameters stands for? So first we will see construction. Venturi meter consists of three main parts. One is converging conical section, another one is cylindrical throat, and then diverging section. So these three are the main section of this Venturi meter. Okay, here we can see typical Venturi tube. Okay, so flow is from this side. Here we can see upstream tap. In upper side we can see upstream pressure tap, and in lower side there is a inlet, and here we can see about 30-degree slope, and angle of this is about 30-degree inclined angle. Okay, and here we can see it is 19-degree to 23-degree angle, and this is known as inlet cone because the flow is in from here, and here we can see throat pressure tap. Okay, and after that there is a outlet cone. Okay, so input side cone is known as inlet cone, and after the throat pressure tap there is a outlet cone, and here also we can see the angle is 5-degree to 15-degree. Okay, so this is the typical Venturi tube or Venturi meter. Now we will define different sections. Converging conical section. Converging cone converges from diameter d at its upstream side to diameter small d at its downside stream. It means in converging cone the diameter is changed from capital D to small d. So capital D is upstream diameter and small d is downstream diameter. As the flow takes place in the convergent cone, the velocity increases and pressure decreases. Whenever the flow takes place in the convergent cone, the velocity is increases and pressure is decreases. Okay. The convergent cone has a sharp angle of 21 plus or minus 2 degree. So here we can see it is a 19 degree to 23 degree. Okay, so we can see in this figure. So this angle is 21 plus or minus 2 degree. Now here we can see this is also one type of Venturi tube. Okay, A1, V1 and P1 are the area of tube A1, then V1 is velocity and P1 is the pressure 1, and here is pressure is measured from here. It is the difference in height h. Okay, here area will be A2, pressure will be P2, and velocity will be V2. So at point 1 area, velocity and pressure are A1, V1 and P1, and at point 2 the area will be A2, pressure will be P2 and velocity will be V2. So by measuring this difference in pressure, we can measure actually the flow of fluid through this meter. Now throat. It is a small portion of circular pipe in which diameter is kept constant. So it is nothing but it is a small portion of a circular pipe. In this section, the flow velocity neither increases nor decreases. It means it is in a steady state. This is the practical Venturi tube, and here we can see pressure differential pressure. So it is a practical Venturi tube. It is found in the research laboratories. Here we can see the flow. The diameter is changed. Here is the diameter is this, and here is diameter is this. So due to this, there is a pressure in difference. It is known as differential pressure. By measuring this differential pressure, we can measure the flow of fluid. So this is the typical practical tube. Now another section is diverging section. The downstream side of the throat examples from throat small d to capital D is known as divergent cone. Okay, whenever the diameter small d to capital D, then this section is known as diverging cone or diverging section. The angle of a divergent cone is 5 to 15 degree. Okay, so we can see in this figure, yes, here we can see the angle is 5 to 15 degree. So you see outlet, this is known as the divergent section. And it results in pressure recovery. Okay, so due to this angle, the result will be pressure recovery. Now operation. The pressure at different locations are measured. Okay, for example, in our case, we have measured pressure at 2 point. By knowing the pressure differences, we can calculate the flow rate using the equation this. And this equation is known as Bernoulli's equation. Q is equal to phi E A2 under root 2G into P1 minus P2 upon rho 1. So this is the equation of Bernoulli's, where Q is equal to flow rate, phi is equal to expansion factor, then capital E is the velocity approach factor, A2 is the area of cross factor, then E1 is the density at pressure, PD is equal to P1 minus P2. It means it is known as differential pressure or pressure differences. And G is, we know that it is a acceleration due to gravity. So these are the parameters used in a Bernoulli's equation. Now here, this is also a one diagram, single line diagram of this Venturi meter. So here we can see this is the pressure 1, pressure 2, and there is a difference in this pressure, and all these things we can see from here. Here is the flow of fluid. Here we can see here increase in fluid speed results in decrease in internal pressure. Okay, so whenever the speed is increases, speed of fluid is increases, then there is a decrease in internal pressure. Okay, So we can see that A2 is less than A1 and V2 is greater than V1. So pressure 2 will be less than pressure 1. It means here is pressure P1 and here is pressure P2. So pressure P2 will be less than pressure P1. The pressure tappings can be placed at the upstream entrance to the convergent cone and at the throat. The flow rate or the discharge rate can be determined by the following equation. So here we can see that we can place the pressure tappings at the upstream entrance at the convergent cone and the throat. Okay, convergent cone it means it is first convergent cone will be there and after the throat there is a divergent cone. The flow rate or the discharge rate can be determined by the following equation. This equation is Q is equal to A1 A2 under root 2GH upon under root A1 square minus A2 square. Okay, so this is the equation. Using this we can measure flow rate. Now what is A1? It is a cross-sectional area at the inlet. Okay, and what is A2? It is a cross-sectional area at the throat. So here we can see here is the area is A2, here is the area is A1. Okay, here is A1, here is A2. H is the difference of pressure head in a U tube. G is the acceleration due to gravity. So we can see in a U tube there is a difference of pressure. So in a practical tube we have seen that. Okay, here is this is the pressure difference and this tube is known as U tube. Okay, so we can use this U tube for the pressure measurement. Now advantages. Before starting this, we can see that the Venturi tube can handle slurries, dirty liquids that build up around the primary elements, fluids that contain solids. Okay. The Venturi tubes are made of cast iron or steel. They can take various forms like classic Venturi tube, eccentric Venturi tube and rectangular Venturi tube. It is used in air duct work. Okay, and some characteristics of these is Venturi tubes are available in sizes from 100 mm to 813 mm with the flow coefficient of 0.984 for all diameter ratios. Its accuracy ranges from plus or minus 1 by 4% to plus or minus 3%. It is less affected by decreasing Reynolds number. Okay, so if there is a decreasing in Reynolds number, then it is less affected. Now advantages. So here we can see first advantage is simple in operation. Then low pressure loss. See, in a orifice plate there is a pressure loss was there, but in this case there is a low pressure loss. Then good reliability. Then no moving parts, and due to this there is no wear and tear losses are there. Okay, so these are the advantages. Another one is it is available in large pipe sizes also, and it is also used for high flow rates. So this can also be considered as a advantages, and it is also used at low and high beta ratios. Okay, so this is also advantage. It is more accurate over wide flow ranges than orifice plates or flow nozzles. So these are the advantages of Venturi tube. Here we can see practical Venturi tube. Here also we can see this is the Venturi tube, and it is placed somewhere in industry. Now disadvantages. Its cost is high. The Venturi tube has high cost, and it is large in size. Okay, so large in size, it means Venturi tubes are not useful below 76.2 mm pipe size. It means our pipe size is below 76 mm, then we cannot use Venturi tubes. Another disadvantage is it has the limitation of low Reynolds number of 1,50,000, and another disadvantage is it is difficult to inspect because of its construction. So it is very difficult to inspect because the its construction is like this. So these are the all about Venturi tubes. Now applications. We can measure flow velocity all shapes. It means it may be in a circular shape, it may be in a square shape, or it may be in a rectangular pipes. So it can measure in all these type of shapes. So this is the applications. Thank you.